actually going. Hi, I'm here in front of one of Tokoroa's oldest motorcycle shops, talking to the proprietor, him and his wife Robin Atkins and Jan. When did you first start up, Robin?
Oh, I think I moved in here about 1967.
And how many bike shops have you seen start up in Tok and close down?
Oh, it's quite a few. I couldn't count them all, probably 12 I suppose.
12 bike shops?
Something like that. I'd have to think about it hard, but it'd be something like that. There's been a fair few.
Now, the community thanks you for running a couple of times to council, getting pretty close to getting into council. Any thoughts on the current council with their $1 million spend on Lake Moananui?
No, I've sort of given up on that now. I'm getting too old to worry about other people's problems and things, and I've got my own life to live now, so I'm not going to go again.
Always a diplomat. Well done, Robin. You've still got the skills to be a good a good politician. Now, what probably the big thing coming up is the mail run. Tell us about where you leave from and where you go to and how many years you've been involved.
Mail run is based from many years ago when the mail used to come from Wanganui up the Wanganui River, then end up coming up the bottom end of Taupo, and the Taupo come across in an old little coal burning chuff boat, I forget, paddler boat or something, and that comes to 2 Mile Bay where the people picked the mail up and brought it into Taupo. From Taupo, it was then distributed down through the Napier-Taupo Road to Napier, and that's the reenactment part we do. Now, that when it went down there, there's about 3 rivers to ford. You also had, it took probably a couple of days to get down there. You used to go down, I have to open up bloody gates to get through for stock in there, and there's grass up the middle of the road, and that's what it was like in the original times. And I used to go down there myself, I can remember it. And we go to Napier, but it's quite a good run on the old bikes. There's a lot of more modern bikes getting involved in it now, because the old bikes are getting too precious to do that trip. But it's mostly tar seal now. Before it was all dirt.
Now I hear that there's $100 for anyone who turns up with a 1915 or earlier motorcycle. Will you be rolling one of those out this time?
Incorrect. It completes the ride, not turns up. They must complete the ride, and that is right. No, I'm going to ride my something a bit more comfortable at my age, and that I need something of ease. So I'm going on a 1925 model bike.
Now this is the this is a street view you get from your place. What's that building down there, Robin?
That's where I met you in jail, remember?
And any comments, what are those down there, talking poles?
I think I'll refrain from my thoughts on that.
Now, Walter Pelican owns that building over there.
Yep.
Greyburn House, I think they call it. And it's obviously been up for sale.
Oh, I think there's a lot could happen there. I can think of several different things it could be used for, but I think, yes, that could go ahead in Tokoroa. It could be a travel lodge. It could also be where the buses stop, and they have a nice eating place in that area there. Because this is a town where the trees are, trim that down, have a parking thing along the side, but also have an alleyway where the buses can come in and go out. I think that would be a great return there.
Well, I'm a fan of the library extending into that building, keep the existing library, but the librarians of council take it over, and then bringing some of that museum, the Timber Museum stuff down, and people stop here, look at it, and then they can also go up and have a look at the Timber Museum.
I think I'd rather go more where the returns are coming in.
Yeah.
Library, yeah, no problem with that, but I think you want to use probably at the top floor for the library, as long as they've got a suitable lift and decent stairway in the place.
Right.
Now, for the bottom, I think you need more activity for local people to have a business in there, such as like a bit of a shopping mall, to be quite honest.
Okay.
Which I think you need a decent area where they can all sit down and eat properly and have a nice meal, because the buses and that coming in, it's going to suit that thing.
That's right. Exactly right.
Because down the other end of town, where they are eating now, you just can't get a parking spot or anything. It's just hopeless. And
so if they stopped in there, they'd obviously filter up Bridge Street and go and look at all the other shops because they'd become interested. But at the moment, all they've got is Leith Place and the toilets. What does the hygiene of the toilets look like, Robin?
I went in there 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was quite impressed with them for those sort of things. They're not too bad. As long as they're maintaining clean properly, I see the building's good, everything looks good there to me.
Yeah.
I only went on the men's side, so I don't know what the other side's like.
No, we can only wonder.
But the thing is, and they're talking about shifting that for parking and that, I don't really see why, because if they could ease the load on it by having toilets in with the restaurant is where the bus stops.
Right.
And that would be a good move there. But I don't know if the council would buy that or not. It's again, ratepayers are paying a bit of rates now, and I'm more for. I want to get the rates down a bit because there's a lot of people in this town who are what do you call, retired or finished, or and they haven't got a big pile of money behind them.
Yeah.
And I feel that we've got to look after some of those people a bit better, and the rates on the building over the road could get bloody awkward, and so if they want to make the town go better, I am sort of very annoyed they haven't got themselves into some decent accommodation centre in the town, where such as a top 10 holiday park or sort of thing. The East School area is ideal for that, right by town, where people will come and spend their money in town with food and that, with the fast foods are all there, and that way the town can build up again with the sporting activities.
Well,
I feel by bringing their sports zone in, they put the ambulance on the bottom of the cliff, because we want to bring people into town. Sure, but where are they going to stay? Where are they going to stop? They're not going to stay in the farn-out places all the time and sleep on the floor and all that sort of stuff. They want proper, like a travel lodge, camping grounds, motor lodge, and a top 10 holiday park, which Rotorua's got one, Taupo's got one, Hawke's Bay's got one, Wakatani's got one. I've stayed in some of them. It's ideal. It brings the people into the area. Now, you've got your mountain bikes, for example, down the road. They can have a big 24-hour race thing there. People want somewhere to go and stay, don't they? Right, there's an opportunity. And that is what I think this town is lacking very, very badly for the people, because where are your youth today? It goes to school in this town. Okay, when they finish school, where do they go? No jobs or anything, they're gone. Build the town up properly in the proper form. Get the people into the right form of mind by getting them physically right, which keeps the brain working better.
So you'd be against all of this stuff that goes on in town, the
old puffy weed and that. No, I'm anti-drugs full stop, right hard. They should be locked up and throw the key away for those sort of people.
But some of the people that'll be watching the
why should I pay
Tok Talks?
Why should I pay all my tax money and everything else for people like that who just want to sit down and puff weed, not have a job, hang around the streets and that? Why are we paying to keep those people alive?
So people will be watching Tok Talks because they think it's got to do with. You wouldn't like to make that noise for the signature of our thing? Okay.
I've got no time whatsoever for drugs, man.
Very good.
No time whatsoever.
Well, thanks for being on Tok Talks, and we'll see you online then. I'll send you a link to this little video.
Okay, that'd be interesting.
Good. Oh, just by the way, how old are you? What year were you born? Just obviously.
I'm that old, I've forgotten.
Nah.
No, I'm in the mid-70s.
Okay,
that's
then.
Near enough.
No, that's excellent. Oh, well, thanks again, Robin.
Yeah.
And any last things you'd like to shout out to anyone out there in the world? Because you can send this off. Is there anyone that could be watching on the internet? You got overseas people that you might want to say hello to? Grandchild or something?
No, not really, because my grandchild is coming in 2 weeks' time to stay with me. My elder son, who is in Belgium, or he's travelling all around the world with this job all the time. He was here last month and he's coming back later, so we've seen them all and they're coming back, so we're happy.
Okay, excellent. Thanks very much.